All right, I'm going ahead and hop straight into this. Actually, I'm gonna give you a couple words. I'm doing this video on the color law and what it pertains to people being named by colors: red, black, yellow, and white, and maroon, and all of that. Different color codes, different colors. These people are called different colors. Pale, sallow. I should just recall the white people pale. Let me continue. In the United States, the term color of law denotes the mere semblance of legal right. The pretense, or this is Wikipedia, might I say, color law. But let me start over. In the United States law, the term color of law denotes the mere semblance of legal right, the pretense or appearance of right. Hence, an action done under color of law, colors, adjust the laws to the circumstance. So basically, what it's saying is the color that you've been denoted under, or called, or title, uh, the law reacts to you as being a people under locked down under a color code. And I'm gonna speak on that a little bit more, like I said at the end. But like I said, we shouldn't call them white. We should call them pale. We shouldn't call these other. And if anything, we should either be called ruddy brown people, or indigo. And I'm gonna speak on that a little bit later. But yet, said apparently legal action contravenes the law. Under color of authority is a legal phrase used in the U.S. And you should already know that America wasn't built on a Christian foundation. It was built on a Muslim foundation. As you know, if you don't know, King David ruled over North Africa, the coast of Africa, and some of the interior of Africa. Um, I'm gonna try to bring that out sometime later, but this one I'm trying to say something about the Moors, because you got to think about it. If why they got put through the slave trade, and it's still like they got the shit in the stick, or what are the same people and just something being covered up. We never know about this pale man. Under color of authority is a okay indicating. Let me start over. Under color of authority is a legal phrase used in the U.S. built on Moore's laws, or you know the story, indicating that a person is claiming or implying the acts he or she is committing are related to and legitimized by his or her role as an agent of governmental power, especially if the acts are unlawful. And you got to understand what that's saying. The law reacts to whatever color code that you are locked under. Like I say, it's more than just the people that they call red, yellow, black, and white. They got people that they call maroon. They got people that they call this, that, and the third. But it's different color codes of law. Basically, what this is saying. And we locked under the black. They call us black or Negro, Negrito, or whatever else they called us. Call some of us, we come in different shades brown. Though. But I'm gonna get to that indigo thing in a bit. Color of law refers to an appearance of legal power to act, but which may operate in violation of law. That's why I say the laws basically they bend the laws. Ooh, they bend the laws. So basically, whatever color code that you are locked under, it has a specific law pertaining to you. Let me see if it's on here. Man, it's on the next page, but just stick with it. It's gonna be a little long video. All right. For example, though a police officer acts with the color of law authority to arrest someone, if such an arrest is made without probable cause, the arrest may actually be in violation of law. In other words, just because something is done with the color of law does not mean that the action was lawful. So they can basically do whatever they want to do to you, depend on the color code you lock down under. When police act outside of their lawful authority and violate the civil rights of a citizen. I wonder what color the gays. Oh, um, the the FBI is tasked with investigating. I don't know about that. The Supreme Court has interpreted the United States Constitution to construct laws regulating the actions of the law enforcement community. Under color of law, it is a crime for one or more persons using power given to him or her by a governmental agency, local, state, or federal. Remember, I said this hierarchy got a whole microcosm thing to it, and that's called different states of power. Aldermans and all of them, man. Uh, to willfully deprive or conspire to deprive another person of any right protected by the Constitution or laws of the United States. And what color code will we put on during that time? And who or what will, man, just true. Criminal acts under color of law include acts within and beyond the bounds or limits of lawful authority. Man, please don't tell me something. Alright, what that's saying is, according to the color that you are, basically, you get locked up for stuff that other people can do. Alright. Off-duty conduct may also be covered if official status is asserted in some manner. Official status. I wonder where Zimmerman was. Was he one time a security guard or something, or he got his license or something, or he what is it called? Was he a juror one time? That is he a stand-up U.S. citizen? Because he got off, and they always get off like that. Any old body can just, especially. All right. Color of law may include public officials and non-governmental employees who are not law enforcement officers, such as judges, prosecutors, and private security guards. What's been coming out about these militias, underground militias? But furthermore, in many states, it is unlawful to falsely impersonate a police officer. It's unlawful for a federal officer or employee or any other public official or to use equipment used by law enforcement officers. So they can't do that, such as flashing lights or a fake police badge. Possession of a firearm can also enhance the penalty for false impersonation of a police officer. Okay, this whole color of office refers to an act usually committed by a public official under the appearance, but which exceeds such authority. An affirmative act or omission committed under color of office is sometimes required to prove malfeasance. I don't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure it's not something. We're gonna check it out. Ooh, on a trip. Malfeasance, malfeasance in office or official misconduct is the commission of an unlawful act done in an official capacity which affects the performance of official duties. Malfeasance is in office is often grounds for cause removal of an elected official by statute or recall election. Okay, that's a little mind-boggling to me, but hopefully you get it. And I'm gonna go ahead and bounce back to this, man. All right. Color of title. This is where we at. In property law, color of title refers to a claim to title which appears valid but may be legally defective. Color of title may arise when there is evidence, such as writings, suggesting valid legal title, but the courts have ruled that these are mere color of title. The actual title to land is secured with an irrefutable instrument like a land patent. I'm gonna say this. When when that land is subsequently conveyed to another owner by a deed, the deed colors, okay, comma, the deed colors, the land patent and lawful deed show the chain of title to the present landowner. Okay, so whatever color title that you're under as a people, with I'm gonna keep naming them: maroon, chestnut, black, red, white, yellow, uh, and many other colors that people will be calling themselves. It's even people in India that call that possibly under the title blue. I don't know it, but we do know you put a border of fringes, which means priesthood. A border of fringes and a ribbon of blue. All right, just hold on with me right quick. Because the ownership in land is a very specific thing, requiring precise and proper transfers of ownership. In times past, people always required a certified abstract be provided with a deed to ensure the deed was not merely a color of title fiction. So, okay, it's kind of serious, man. It's kind of deep. I hope you get this. I'm just picking it up myself as I'm going along. But today, title companies offer title insurance to secure such documents. Still, okay. Don't that sound like you want the bronze package? You want the silver package? You want the gold package? Uh, Title companies offer, okay, still only a proper and lawful title like the land patent provides actual title to land, and only a proper and lawful chain of title, deeds, etc. From such a patent to the present can secure land rights to the landowner. Okay, man, so that's kind of deep. I'm gonna read this myself, but before my computer messed up, man, I something. I'm gonna just check this out because this showed up out of nowhere. I restarted my computer and I ain't even checked this page out. Let me get to it. Talk color law. This article is written in American English, labor, travel, realized, defense. So it's the workforce that you're capable of doing, how you able to travel, the recognition of who you are or people recognizing who you are, point of view, and you know, and defense, how you can be legally defended within, you know, and some terms used in it may be different or absent from the other varieties of English. According to the relevant style guide, this should not be changed without broad consensus. The content of Under Color of Authority was merged into color law on May 1st, 2012. For the contribution history and old versions of the redirected page, please see its history. Okay. Either it's this or what I just read, so I'm gonna check that out. I should just check it out. For discussion at the location, see is talk page. So it is talk page also. Color of, not sure. Okay, check this. This is where I get heavy at. Not sure I understand the term under color of. Is this similar to under the influence, which it seems suggestive of? This is a question mark. Wow, got a question mark at the end. I don't know why. And so individuals was acting under the influence of so state law. Okay, let me reread that again. That so individual was acting under the influence of so and so state law. Okay, this is what I was talking about. People can do stuff you can do, we can do stuff people can't do. It's kind of like I say, that black and white is magic. That's why they call it magic. And black really means mystery and elegance. And they say death, which life comes from, I guess, or fertilization. I don't know. One thing I know is I'm Reddy Brown. But if I'm under the color code of law, then I would be called indigo or Reddy Brown. So, all right, check this out. Or perhaps that person was acting under a false understanding of this law. Hopefully you get that. I should reread it, but you know. A person who does not know that smoking is prohibited at a certain place begins to smoke a cigarette, thinking that this is within their rights, is acting under the color of law. The law being their understanding of their right to smoke at this place. So depending on what color law that you're under, you got to understand what you can do at that place. If you get what I'm saying, man, this is deep. Big. And if this is what the Moors were doing over there, then, like I say, you gotta know that King David and King Solomon and many kings. I should just check out the brother 432 Drop Radio, man. He bringing out something on what was that? Oh, I'm sorry. Just check the brother out, man. If you into that. But like I say, oh yeah, he was bringing out the list of kings of Israel, the lineage going down the line, spread out, man. Many different kings and rulers and public officials, and you know what I'm saying? Government, people of power themselves over there. And like I said, some information that I ran across and things I've been putting together, man, it showed that King David and them boys ruled over North Africa, the coast of Africa, and the interior of Africa. And probably many other places, maybe in India, maybe over here, and maybe over there. You know what I'm saying? But check this out. Just listen to me right quick. A person who does not know smoking, okay, like I said, a person who does not know that smoking is prohibited at a certain place begins to smoke a cigarette thinking that this is within their rights, is acting under the color of law, the law being their understanding of their right to smoke at this place. Also, the similarity between the above section color of law and the following, which refers to appropriation of name or likeness, I am not sure I understand. Okay, so basically what it's saying is under the appropriation of name or likeness, it's hard for me to explain that, but the best thing I can say is shades. Uh, Different shades, skin tones, but still the same people. You know how I go. I have never heard of it, and it does not seem very clear. I think this article could probably be deleted because it may lead to confusion. See it. That's what it say. That's what it say. But this could be a hater, and I don't know why this showed up. But I'm gonna keep reading. The cigarette example. Why does it keep going if you might be need to be deleted, and it may lead to confusion? And what is CO? What language is that? Might be Latin. I don't know. But the cigarette example above is not what this is about. So he used a cigarette as an analogy. A better example would be that of a police officer citing someone for smoking in an area in which smoking is in fact allowed. I would like to see this in the under color of authority articles merged. So I see what you're saying. John Comel. Okay, I guess it's a person. I don't know. You might have something going on. April 2011, basically. I would see this entire article as appertaining to a case of abuse of law authority colors and or misrepresentation of the law. It could also be a case of, okay, so he's saying if both of these laws emerge from what I just read, that the crackers are wrong and what they're doing and how they're treating people. But it is what it is. This might be a Negro sympathizer. But let me see. I will see this entire article as or a snap as appertaining to a case of abuse of office/authority colors. So they call themselves Blue Lives Matter. Damn. All right. And or misrepresentation of the law. It could also be a case of unsolicited contempt for the rule of law. And like I read in the first article that I read, they can bend the law. They're law benders, depending on the color code that you're locked under. And like I say, man, I ain't black. Look at my shirt. Look at this jacket. I'm ruddy brown, man. I turn different shades. When I'm out in the sun, I get a little bit darker, shine a little bit harder. But you know what I'm saying? And if anything, we should be calling ourselves black. We should call ourselves indigo or either ruddy brown, because that's what we are. And different other shades. You might have, we got people that are still Negroes, but they're, ah, okay, we got to see how, it might be, I'm going to say that a little bit later, but it could, it will also be at least similar to operating under a false flag colors. Oh, mm, okay. Mm, boy, y'all sleeping on your own people. I mean, the street niggas and the gangbangers, the most feral we got of our breed, of our race. Most feral. The most linking back to how we used to be, or the resemblance of our, they're the most closer to the nature that we got. And to keep it real, any nigga that rise up in ranks use the same instincts. Just shade of hair off, or put on a different suit. All right, I'm gonna reread that sentence. It will also be at least similar to operating under a false flag colors, or of operating under a flag color of convenience. So a flag on them is convenient for somebody like that. Don't tread on me and all of that, man. You got Puerto Ricans who tote their flag. Basically, Babylon. Such action will result in a false, unauthorized arrest slash imprisonment, therefore subject to judicial review and the relevant compensation easement. And this person right here wrote this. I think we should add some kind of mention to permanent resident under color of law, which is an article that exists on Wikipedia. This is another common use of the term and the person. So, like I say, man, it's people in North Africa that come over here, and not the Moors who were labeled black when they got sold across here, because Moor means black. There are people that come from North Africa who are kin to the Caucasian, even though they might have a little bit of sandiness to them. But you do have some people that they call sand niggas. They call them that for a reason. But all right, this is proof call. Permanent resident under color of law. This is not recognized as an immigration status by the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. This is what I said. It's people that come over there from North Africa that's white, and they be a little bit, sometimes just a little bit lighter than me. And some of your light skinned people, they about they shade of color, man. And they come over here and they watch my video. I believe I still kept it up. White people only free citizens. And I was showing you how they even got the North Africans that come from over there. They come over here and they're under the color code of white. All right. But sure. This category was created by the courts and is public benefits eligibility category. For a person to be residing under color of law, the USCIS must know, uh, we're going to figure out what that is, must know the person's presence in the United States. I'm going to reread that, but hold on. All right, let me go back. Go check this out. I'm right here. For a person to be residing under color of law, the USCIS must know of the person's presence in the U.S. and must provide the person with a written assurance that the enforcement of deportation is not planned. A person residing under proof-call status cannot directly apply for U.S. citizenship or sponsor family memberships. To obtain U.S. citizenship, a person from any country who resides in the United States without current legal immigration status, including but not limited to citizenship, permanent residency, unexpired immigrant visa, is an undocumented person. Okay, this is getting to undocumented. Though they are not U.S. citizens, they are considered to have the same rights as legal residents for welfare eligibility purposes. Okay, we're gonna get down to legal status. I'm gonna check that out. Like I said, this might be a 30-minute. You're not gonna get the. I'm not trying to get into the whole deportation thing. I'm trying to get into the color law. But I suggest you check that out yourself. I'm gonna read that on my own. But I just want to leave you with a little bit of word of mine. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, David and Solomon, them boys own North Africa. Feed people on, man, many different places. That little small piece of Israel that you see is like compared a tooth to a tiger. Like it's just like, why would you pick that little bit of land? And you know we've been into everywhere. And like I say, under this color of law thing, man, if we're gonna be called any color, it would be either indigo or red or brown, because that's what we are. Different shades of brown, from red to brown, or kind of lighter yellow, or ready, yellow brownish, yellow brownish. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go ahead and check out of this, man. So, like I said, that malfeasance office. Let me speak a little bit about this. Basically, they can sum up of the three things I just read. First, depending on what color code that you are locked down or frequency that you're locked, because the law, if you're being called a certain color, that you got to be called because it's legally like anybody that come here, even from the outside, you view from the inside to the outside to people of different people of nations that are out and in, and that come in and leave out and make movies about us and do all of this. But if you are under that color, that's what they call you, like the black people or the red man or the black man or the white man or the yellow man. Like why are we locked under these different codes of color that we have no control over? And if it's something that has to be legally within human nature and law, then I suggest we call ourselves the colors that we call. You know what I'm saying? Indigo. Oh, let me show you this. Oh yeah, I'm coming out with this next video on. I'm just come out with it. All right. All right. Pretty sure you know all this, but you see what I typed in here. It's crazy how they got the Mandingo and the Ashanti when we know that these people are Israel. We know this. I should just check out Brother Teach Me to Be Priestly because he got that heat. Let me see. If you just ride with me on this. Oh yeah. Nims on Indian is a type of defense opening in chest. That's crazy. But what's that? Oh yeah, that's crazy. From Spanish cigarro, indication, and from the Maya Sakar. Ooh wee. That's what I wanted to bring out. I'm gonna bring this in another video. Who is the Sakar? Grasshopper cicada. Oh, let me check this out. Oh, blackamoors and other dark-skinned fauna has always possessed considerable. Okay, this is what I was talking about. I'm gonna bring this out in the next video, but I just wanted to get to some Gupta. Okay. Man, let me just go straight to it. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna bring this out in the next video also, but I'm gonna bring this out in the end of this video. Just to leave you with something, man. Similar to indigo. I'm gonna bring this out. It's coming out there. Yeah. Or indigo, spelling charts to indigo, indigo. Uh, Blue powder obtained from certain plants and used as a dye from Spanish indigo, Portuguese indigo. So that remind you of the Indian dagger? And Dutch via Portuguese indigo, all from Latin indicum, indigo from Greek, and the card blue dye from India, literally Indian substance. People of Indian substance. Yeah. Color law, that's what I'm talking about. Replace Middle English Yindi from French Indi, indigo, blue or violet. From Latin indicum, earlier name in Mediterranean languages was aniline. We're gonna check that out. As the color of indigo from 1620s, as the name of the violet blue color of the spectrum. I'm gonna bring this. I'm reading this right now, but I'm gonna bring it all out in the next video. As a matter of fact, I'm out. I ain't gonna make it too long. All right.